Hey Gemini, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here is your monthly forecast for the month of November 2017. Now, what's going on for you this month, Gemini, is we've got a lot happening right here for you where Scorpio is in your 6th house of your job and of your daily routines, okay? So I think there's a lot happening for you on the day-to-day, at work, with your job, just trying to figure out what's going on. What kind of life do you really want to live? What kind of job do you really want? Your routines, okay? What kind of routines do you want and are important to you, and just trying to figure some stuff out there, okay? The reason why I say that is because we've got the sun here, we also have Venus here this month, and of course Jupiter, which just moved in there and is going to be there for the next 12 months, making this a big thing for you that you're going to have to keep checking in with, okay, for the next year of your life to make sure things are going okay in that area for you, okay? So I think that's what's going on. I don't think it's entirely new, all right, because Mercury was there at the end of the last month and the beginning of this month too, really beginning to engage our mind to start to think about some of this stuff, but I think there's a lot more to uncover under the surface that we're still trying to deal with, okay, when it comes to our job and our daily routines, okay? So I think that is what is going on for you here, really trying to get to the bottom of what kind of job you want and need and will make you feel more comfortable and just better emotionally. I think that's going on there too, and just, yeah, what kind of external reality is the most important to you. Okay, I think a lot of this stuff has to do right here where Neptune is and where Chiron is in your 10th house of your career. Okay, and of your life direction and of where it is that you see your life going, because we do have all these Scorpio planets going to make a trine first to Neptune and a trine next to Chiron. So I think you're trying to figure out what kind of job or daily routines, not only that you want, but that can help you move your life in the right direction, put your life in the right place, give you the career that you want, the social standing that you want, the reputation that you want here, okay, to move your life in the right direction, just do something I think that you feel like is going to be a bit better for you. I think that is what you're trying to figure out this month. I think it could be a little bit difficult. There could be some confusion here about what kind of career that you want and about where you see your life going and about how you can get to this career using your daily routines. I think that could be a little hard for you. I think it could also be a little bit uncomfortable too, where Chiron is too, as you think about your career, as you think about your reputation and where your life is moving as well. Also, just not too comfortable with some of that going on, but I think the message of this month is to not get too lost and to not get too hurt and uncomfortable if your career doesn't go according to plan, okay? And if there are things about your career and your life direction and your reputation that aren't working out, I think you need to put that a little bit on the back burner as you start to focus more on your job and on your daily routines, okay? I think that is the most important for you. Figure out what you want to be doing on the day-to-day and how you want to be doing it and what you want your schedule and routine to look like, and I think it will make it a lot easier for some of the other things to fall into place, okay? I think it will definitely make it easier here where Pluto is, if you focus on your job and your daily routines, to make some changes in your life that you need to make to start to direct your life in a better direction, okay? I think that's what's going on. I think all of this focus on your job, on your daily routines is really going to help you refine what it is you want in life, okay? What it is that's important to you, what it really resonates with your heart too, and really get to the core of some emotional stuff coming in with Pluto here in your 8th house, making a sextile over to all these planets in your 6th house of your job, okay? So I think that is what is going on here. I'm going to be honest with you, Gemini, not easy, not easy. 6th house, 8th house, 10th house, hard. They're hard houses, okay? Daily routines may not be what you want them to be. Your job may not be what you want them to be. I think you're trying to figure that out, and you're trying to make the changes you need to make in your life to have a set of daily routines that works better for you, okay? And I think you're having to make some big changes and big shifts in the direction of your life here that could be a little bit uncomfortable, but needing to stay focused and needing to stay disciplined, okay, in order for some of this stuff to come into being, all right? I think another big focus for you here too is going to be where the North Node is as you're trying to work out some of this hard stuff in your 3rd house of talk and of communication and of people in your community, which is going to be squaring all of these planets in your 6th house. So I think as you're trying to figure out a set of daily routines and some changes that you need to make in your life in order to have better daily routines, in order to have a better job, in order to feel more comfortable with your life, you have to make sure that you communicate about these things with other people, even if it's hard. You know, it's like sometimes as Geminis, I'm a Gemini, me especially, I don't like to have too many hard conversations. Like, let's just keep it light and friendly here, especially when hard things are going on inside me. And I think what's going on this month is that we need to make sure that even if we've got some big, hard things going on in life, that we're communicating very openly and very honestly about what we're feeling in our hearts and about what's happening, so that people don't get upset or feel left by the wayside, okay? So I think you need to make sure that you do that coming in. While that's going on, we also have Saturn here, okay, in your 7th house of partnerships. Speaking of other people, also being a little bit hard, maybe feeling like other people aren't on board with us. It's taking a lot of work to work with other people, okay, to figure out our relationships that it is that we need to do as well. And with Saturn here making a square over to Chiron in your 10th of career, also feeling like your relationships don't understand what you're trying to create here in life and where your life is going and what's happening with your life direction, okay, having some uncomfortable things there. But again, not needing to worry about if people don't understand your career here, but really trying to commit to figuring out your relationships, to understanding your relationships, okay, and to figuring out your job and what your daily routines look like and how you can work with other people on the day-to-day, okay. I think you need to focus there in that area. And I think if you can focus on that area of your life, okay, and really working with people in a very dedicated and disciplined way to create the life and the job that it is that you want, it's going to help here eventually when Saturn trines Uranus in your 11th house of your goals and your dreams and your hopes for the future, okay? So it's going to help you to have more of a life that it is that you want, okay, to reach some of your dreams and to feel just more comfortable being yourself. And it may also help you to associate more with the kinds of people that you want to associate with if there's some kind of group or organization that you want to be a part of. But I think the message here is that in order to get to this point where you feel really good reaching some of your goals, okay, and you feel really good, you know, being more authentically yourself and associating with more people you want to associate with, you first have to put in the hard work here to work with other people even when it's hard, okay, and even when it's uncomfortable, and to figure out your job and your daily routines, okay? I think that is what is going on for you, but that you being able to really make some big strides forward if you can be disciplined about it. Okay, so that's what I have there. While that's going on, Mars also hanging out in your 5th house of happiness coming in. All right, so I think you're trying to figure out what makes you happy while all this is going on and to work on some things that make you happy. I think you've been trying to think about that for a while, what it is that you enjoy, also kids, romantic relationships, and passion projects also fall into that house. I think you've been trying to work out some things there, and I think there's a few more things left to still fall into place in order for you to feel really happy about life and to really feel like all of those things are in a good place for you, okay? I think it may be a little bit hard for you with Mars being in Libra, for everybody really, because Mars does not like being in Libra. So as much as you want to finish up some things with passion projects and kids and romantic relationships and to be happy, I think it's going to take a little bit longer than you thought. I think it's going to, you know, it's going to be a little, so unusual, unexpected things may come up. You're going to have to work with a little bit, but I think if you're just patient, you know, as you find the happiness in your life once again, even if you aren't quite happy the way you want to be at the beginning of the month, I think you're eventually going to get there, especially as Mars moves out of Libra in December. I believe that's going to happen, okay? So I think you just need to be patient with that. I think with this happy thing, I think you're worried here that as you make some of these changes in life, that it's going to be hard for you to be happy, okay? Or that you aren't going to make the right changes in life to find the happiness that you want, okay? And really just needing to be patient, okay, as you work some of that stuff out and as you try to find the happiness once again and make some of these changes to really have a life that you want, okay? So I think all of that's coming in there. I think as you're working on finding the joy in life once again, also having to balance it too with some goals happening with Mars making an opposition here to Uranus. Not enough to just be happy in life and to do things that you want, but to make sure that you can sustain this happiness, that you can build something on it, okay? That you see a life, envision a life for you doing something that it is that you enjoy, okay? That's really close to your heart too, okay? Not just so this happy thing doesn't all of a sudden happen and then leave, but so that it happens and then you can begin to really move forward with it in your life, have a life that does more of this thing that you enjoy, okay, and really helps you reach some goals of yours. Okay, so I think that's what is going on there. Then at the end of the month, we do have Mercury, your ruler, coming on top of Saturn, okay, really bringing up some serious conversations, intense conversations, maybe some decisions you may have to make as well with relationships and with other people, okay, really having to commit to communicating with other people, to working out some issues in relationships and to moving forward with that. And I think that's going to have a lot to do with your career, being uncomfortable about relationships and how you can move forward on relationships relationships with other people in order for people to put your life in the right direction that you want it to go in, but needing to, especially at the end of the month, move forward anyways with people and to make your relationships work for you, to point your life in the right direction, okay, and to try to bring your relationships and your career together. And I think that's a lot of what you're trying to work out this month, is how you can get right with yourself, be happy, have the daily routines that you want to point your life in the right direction, okay, but to have people come on board with you and to really help you seal the deal to have the life that it is that you want and move your life in the right direction, okay? So that's what I see going on. Lots of big chapters, lots of big things, just big things going on for you this week, Gemini, this month, that may be a little bit hard to handle, but I think are going to help you if you can master them right, okay, to really live a life that's more authentic to you, more true to you, and just better once you get to the other side, okay? Another thing to mention going on, full moon right here in your 12th house of your insides happening. So really starting to put yourself into your job and your daily routines. I think for the past few months, you've been trying to figure out what you need emotionally, what you need inside to feel comfortable with your life and to feel at peace with your life here. And I think you need to make sure, especially at the beginning of this month when the full moon happens, that your needs, emotional, spiritual needs, are taken care of so that you can really give yourself over to your job, to your daily routines, to your work, without feeling like there's something missing inside you and there's something uncomfortable that you need to work out, okay? I think that's also a big message, because it's going to be very hard for you to do the work you need to do this month and the dedicated and the discipline that you need to have if there's something inside you that's falling apart. So try to take care of that at the beginning of the month so the rest is easier, okay? So that's what I have there for you going on. A very busy month this month for all of us, really, but for you it's going to be very interesting, very just a lot, okay? Now your card for this month, for the month here for you, is the Seven of Pentacles upright. Okay, this card here is actually a card of looking over your life here and figuring out what did you do right and what did you do wrong here, and trying to figure out where you go next. Because it's upright, I actually think you're looking back at your life and it's not too bad. It's not too bad, but I think you're trying to figure out, okay, now that all of this is going on in my life and all of this has happened, and when you got a lot of stuff in the 6th house, a lot of stuff is going on here that's crazy. I think now you got to figure out, okay, what do I do with all of this stuff that has come? How do I make a plan from it? How do I move forward? What do I want to keep and build on? What do I need to let go of and let fall by the wayside? And I think if you can figure some of that stuff out and put everything in the right perspective and figure out what's important for you and what you need to build on, it's going to help you deal with a very intense month, Gemini, that you've got coming in here, okay? So that's what I have got for you this month. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.